Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to Two Scoops with Debbie Lee Soon. I am not Billy V because I'm pinch hitting today due to the bad weather. Billy V can't get to the computer, so I'm just going to jump in and host this episode of Two Scoops. So aloha and welcome to season 2 of AAF Hawaii's education series, Two Scoops. Each month, AAF Hawaii will spotlight a different industry leader who will share life and career experiences and takeaways learned along the way. Now, to simplify things, the chat will be moderated. We encourage all of you to submit questions in the chat box for question and answer during the session. But before we begin, I'd like to share to you an exciting holiday karaoke event coming up next Thursday. So next Thursday, December 21st, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Airpark Karaoke, AAF Hawaii is having our annual holiday party, and we're going to do some singing this year. The event is free, with a canned good donation going to the Hawaii Food Bank, or $10 at the door without a canned good. So bring a canned good if you're going to go. You can find the link to RSVP on aafhawaii.com. All right. And we are excited today for our special guest, Debbie Lee Soon. I'm going to add a little pin here so you guys can see her. Yay, I don't have my sound effects, guys. So everybody give her a nice little applause. Okay. Okay. Well, Debbie Lee Soon is a seasoned food innovation and development manager. She brings over 3 decades of dedicated service to 7-Eleven Hawaii. Now, her commitment to the company has allowed her to play a pivotal role in transforming the organization's fresh food offerings. Now, notably, she led the development of popular product lines such as Manapua, pork hash, and noodle bowls, elevating 7-Eleven Hawaii's culinary offerings in the islands. Now, in addition to overseeing products like the 18-time award-winning Spam Musubi, that's very good stuff, by the way, Debbie's passion lies in partnering with local Hawaii businesses and farmers such as Aloha Shoyu and Sun Noodle. Her expertise continues to drive innovation, including products like freshly made ube pasta and the plant-based Katsu Musubi. Let's welcome Debbie. All right, everybody, give it up for Debbie. Thank you so much, Debbie.
Hi, thank you for having me. Aloha.
All right. Now, Debbie, your title is Food Innovation and Development Manager. Tell us exactly what this means in general and more specifically what this means for 7-Eleven.
Well, that means that I have to taste everything. I have to eat everything that 7-Eleven is selling. Tough job, but somebody's got to do it. Most of our food items are made from scratch. So I have to develop the concept, develop the product, take care of the packaging, and make sure it tastes right and good quality for our customers.
Ah, yes. That's a fun job. Can I have that job? Can I
And
be the
talking
taster?
about food, it's lunchtime now, right?
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll head there afterwards. All right. Now, your bio says you worked for 7-Eleven for 30 years. You must have seen a lot of changes. How have you seen the organization change over those 30 years?
Yes, lots have happened with 7-Eleven. When it first was here in Hawaii, in 1989, Japan purchased 7-Eleven Hawaii that was owned by the Southland Corporation in Dallas. So previously, they had just sold hot dogs and Slurpees, Big Go. That was it. And then after the Japanese purchased it, they came to Hawaii. They brought their management concepts. Um, they always taught us to be successful. We have to listen to the customer. We have to give the customers what they want and need, and we have to know what they need before they even know it themselves. And we have to focus on increasing our fresh food business. So that has been our success here in Hawaii.
Gotcha. Now, you've played a pivotal role in transforming 7-Eleven's fresh food offerings. And how did you go about doing that?
Um, well, 7-Eleven is here for our local customers. So we've built our business on making the highest quality items for our customers. For example, the Spam Musubi, when we first thought of it as a concept, it was only made at home by home cooks. It wasn't really sold in the stores. It's just mom and pops making it and selling it. So we started, with handmade rice blocks wrapped in clear wrap, like everybody did at home. But through the years, we've improved it continually, made sure the rice is a good quality, improved the sauce, the spam cooking. Um, Actually, our commissary that makes our spam musubi, they open 2,000 cans of spam a day. That's every day, 365 days a year. And, they're in the small can, right? So they have to take the tops off one by one, like we all do at home.
Wow.
And they actually probably have the only spam musubi wrapping machine in existence because they created it themselves. So we try to improve even the packaging and the wrapping.
Wow, that is impressive, and that is a really fun fact there. And we might use that for our trivia event that's
Yeah,
coming up next month. I
yeah.
think I'm going to write that one down for our Ad Mini event. And we have a question in the chat here.
Okay.
Okay, Jody, who's has a question, Jody Nakama. She says, "Aloha, Debbie. My coworkers want to know when you're bringing back the kimchi chicken bento."
Oh, okay. We can look into that. We introduce new items every week, and we have to keep rotating. So I will write that down, kimchi chicken, and we will look into bringing that back.
Wow, fantastic. Now, along those lines, 7-Eleven is seen by foodies as a destination for Ono grinds, right? How did you make that happen?
I think when I started working with the food, I brought a local perspective as a home cook. I only cook at home. So we still want to eat comfort food that we had as a kid, and introducing new cuisines with my local flair appeals to a wide demographic of our local customers. So, for example, when I developed the loco moco, we researched a lot of loco moco in the market. We went to Hilo because that's supposedly where loco moco started. So we did some market research in Hilo. We worked on every component of the dish from the rice so that it's not too mushy when the gravy is on it. Um, we have to use a fully cooked egg, but have a yellow yolk in the middle center. The patty that's not too mushy, not too hard, not too dry, and even making sure we have the right brown gravy to put all over.
Yeah, that can be quite a challenge, I'm sure, keeping that thing, perfect for the customers coming in. I'm sure that's a challenge. Congratulations on that. Now, there are 7-Elevens here in Hawaii, as we all know, California, and as many people know, in Japan. But what sets the 7-Elevens in Hawaii apart?
I think at last count, there are more than 80,000 7-Elevens worldwide. But Hawaii is very different from anywhere else. We have a local management team that really brings the Ohana spirit to everything we do. Hawaii is a small area, as we all know, surrounded by water. So we have the same challenges that all local businesses have, but on a much larger scale. In our company organizational chart, the customer is at the top of the chart, not the CEO. And the management team is supporting that. We're all called support staff.
Wow. Now, how are decisions made regarding the food items that make it onto the shelves at 7-Eleven? Because Hawaii has some pretty unique stuff.
Yes. Well, I have to eat a lot of food, do a lot of research. I developed a system that involves our entire management support team. So the entire process takes anywhere from 5, 6, 7 months up to a year. So there's a small team of us that works to create the new dish that we sample and revise and change many times. And then I present that final dish to our office management staff. There are about 20 people in the office. Everybody has to sample it, give me their feedback as with the customer's perspective, like would they buy it, too salty, no taste, whatever. And then based on their comments, it's further improved or it might be canceled, depends on what they say. Then our vendor partners have to secure all the ingredients, which is a feat in itself because of our volume. You know, we have to make 2, 3, 4, 500 units a day. So we have to secure all that inventory. And then 1 week before the launch, a sample is given to every store manager. So the store managers get to try it. They can determine how much they need to order the following week for their customers and where they're going to put it. So the following week, it finally makes it to the shelf. And then our customers will tell us if they like it or not.
Wow, that's pretty neat. Now, aside from probably getting to try and experiment with a lot of different new foods and products, you know, what do you like about what you do?
First of all, I love to eat. So what's not to love about my job? I get to use my creativity, my intuition to develop new dishes. Then it takes experience and knowledge to get that to the store shelves. Also, I love to travel. So I've been lucky to have the opportunity to travel to the mainland, visit 7-Elevens up there, a few times to Japan and even Korea to see how they're doing things, working with other countries' management. I'm constantly learning. And I also love reaching out to people in our community, which I have been able to do. We've served our food at many local events, from a full service sit down wine dinner to young professionals to a pop up brunch event. I've been a judge at high school competitions. We've partnered with Kapiolani and Leeward Community College culinary schools for healthy recipe competitions. And we've actually, after choosing the winner, we've introduced those dishes in our stores. So I love that every day is different and there are constant new challenges.
Gotcha. Now, speaking of young people, I think a portion of our audience today are college students. Do you have any advice for those who are entering the workforce and, deciding whether to stay here or move to the mainland?
I think there might be opportunities in different industries on the mainland, but if you can find a career that you love right here in Hawaii, um, I went away to school, but family was important to me, so I knew I wanted to come home. My kids are went to school on the mainland as well, and my daughter came home after 12 years, so she's happy to be back. So no matter where you are, I think you can find something that you love to do.
Awesome. Now, how does somebody break into the industry? I guess more specifically what you do.
I think you have to be willing to start at the bottom, experience all aspects of the business. That's every position has a value, and always giving, more, giving 110% in everything you do. Um, I think you can start anywhere and be successful.
Gotcha. Now, for our college students, what does one have to major in, to do what you do, or what path should they take?
I think everybody that in our office has different backgrounds, different college majors. My degree was in business management and marketing. It gave me a well rounded education for the retail industry, but most of my learning was on the job, creating day to day. So I just think you need to soak up everything you can while you're young, all the education and experiences. Jobs are really highly competitive. So if you can earn a master's degree, you should do that. Just find something that you enjoy doing.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, foodies and trends, as we know, are so finicky. Um, what do you have to do so that, your brand stays relevant?
I start most days reading and researching food trends online from industry sources, from food manufacturers, especially local food blogs and social media, just soaking up the information. I constantly observe what other people are eating when I'm out in the marketplace, restaurants, farmers markets. I look at what they're buying, food trucks, who's the newest food truck, where are the popular places. Um, our food development team even does market research outings where 6 or 7 of us actually eat and analyze different types of food and find the opportunities to create something for 7-Eleven. So it's a constant learning process, and it's successful sometimes and not all the time.
Gotcha. I'm sure there's all kinds of strange and crazy ideas out there that you're constantly
Yeah,
seeing and going, what? Hmm.
yeah. We've tried a lot of different things.
Now, um, what's the biggest lesson you've learned in life?
I think as I look back, don't be afraid to take risks. Just step out of your comfort zone, try new things. Don't use the word problem. Think of it as an opportunity to learn and improve and find something you love to do so it won't seem like a job. Find the joy every day. So that's why I'm still here after 30 years.
Awesome. Now, for you, what do you think was the biggest risk you took in your career? And what was the outcome?
My first retail experience was in the fashion industry. So joining 7-Eleven was a big risk for me, completely different. I never had a Slurpee before I started working here. But through the years, I've had fun managing many different categories like beverages, snacks, candy, ice cream, coffee. I've done a lot of different categories, and everyone has been fun.
That's great. Now, for our young people watching, what skills have you needed to be successful at what you do?
I think a skill that everyone needs to have is to be flexible um, in life and in work. You need to be able to adapt to changing situations. There are constant deadlines to meet, priorities, multiple projects to juggle. It took me a long time to get organized and create a system that works for me. Good communication is very critical, but communication is two-way. You have to listen as well. I have to communicate with people in our supply chain, our commissary factories, the logistics team. So, relaying clear and concise information to our store teams is very important.
Gotcha. Do you have any advice for somebody who's considering design work?
Food innovation, you mean?
I'm just reading these questions. I have a feeling it's supposed to be food innovation.
Okay. um, I think don't be afraid to start anywhere. If you want to do your own food blog or start at a restaurant or um, at McDonald's, anywhere, just don't be afraid to start somewhere. Just remember to keep learning and growing, and you'll find your passion.
Gotcha. Now, this is something that people want to know, Debbie. Anything exciting that you can share coming up at 7-Eleven in 2024 or the near future?
Yes, I love to collaborate with local brands. Um, Towards the end of January, we're going to be introducing a few items with a small local brand that some of you may be familiar with. It's the Ginger Spread Man. They create sauces. They have a ginger spread sauce. They have a kimchi all over sauce. So we've created some dishes with them. We'll be introducing these products at the end of January. Um, and just love to work locally with our local small businesses.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. That's great. Um, I'm now going to open it up to more questions from the chat. Starting off with this one here from our very own Jody. So, What exciting new products do you have for vegetarian consumers, like the plant-based musubi?
We have on the schedule late spring of next year a new vegetarian or plant-based meatball bento, like a terry meatball bento. The challenge is my goal is to find vegetarian or healthy items that everybody can eat or would purchase. Because we have a wide range of stores that don't sell a lot of vegetarian products or vegan products. They're not coming to 7-Eleven for that. So we need to build up that customer. So I'm trying to find things that anybody would buy. So we're still working on that. One of the goals for next year is to add more vegetarian items.
That's great. That's great. I think that's going to make some people on this call very happy. Now, when it comes to new food products, Kevin wants to know maybe what have been some of your, most surprising wins and maybe some of your most surprising losses.
Um, well, our plant-based musubi was the reaction we got was quite surprising. Um, it was, we started with a small company who had a product, and we had to work with them to refine that product. They were only packaging it in packs of 10. So for us, a pack of 10 pieces would not last very long, right? So we had to work with them to pack it in a larger food service size. We had to learn how to cook it, and then our reaction on social media, the initial purchase. So that was one item that non-vegetarians purchased initially. But so we sold out of our initial inventory. And since nobody else on the island was using it at the time, we couldn't get it fast enough. So we had a lapse. So we brought it back. We had it for several months, but we're going to think about bringing it back next year. It didn't sustain like everyday sales were not as high as we would like. So we're going to work on it, improve it, and try to bring it back.
Oh, nice, nice. So that was both a win and a loss at the same time, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Interesting,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, here's another question here. Who is 7-Eleven's demographic or their target audience?
So we have a wide range. Because we have 66 stores on all islands, Kauai, Maui, and Big Island, wide range of customers. Stores are a little bit different depending on their area. We have, a lot of schools next to our stores. So those cater to students, the schools, the parents, the morning traffic, the after school traffic. Then we have a lot of stores in rural areas that have higher weekend sales and more families. So our target demographic is a wide range, depends on the store. So we try to create stuff that kids would like, families, women, men that come in during lunch to purchase lunch. So we're still working on everybody.
Gotcha. All right. At this time, I'd like to encourage more people to ask some questions in the chat for Debbie. So please put your questions in the chat if you can. In the meantime, though, I have a question of my own for you, Debbie.
Yeah.
Of all these products and whatnot, do you have a favorite?
Well, of course, spam musubi. Our nori rolls are a good snack. My go-to lunch is a salmon and tofu on multigrain rice. Not too big, just the right size, little bit healthy. So that's my go-to lunch.
Nice, nice, nice. Now, let's see. Oh, Okay, here's another question. This is from Jerry. Um, you know, how is I guess with the increase of maybe some of the homeless populations in front of the store and some crimes, can you talk about maybe how this might have has affected 7-Eleven and some of the business?
Well, that's not my area of expertise, but I know that our operations team is addressing that. Um, we usually only have two or three people working in the store at a time. So it's difficult for them to manage, but they try to keep a safe environment for our customers. But that is one of the goals on our action plan for next year.
Here's a question from Kevin. What might be some of the factors you use in new product development, to take a product from the conceptual stage to all the way to market?
What was the question and what was the first part of that?
What it might be some of the factors you use in new product development?
Okay, well, definitely our target customer. I have to look at what we already offer. Like I already have a terry chicken bento. I don't need another one. So we need to introduce different types of chicken. Just yesterday, we sampled a product that's a Jamaican jerk chicken. So that's something that we might be developing for next year. So first look at where the gaps are in our product matrix. Make sure we have products to satisfy all different types of people, and then scaling that up to manufacture for making hundreds a day. And we never close, so we get delivery every single day, 7 days a week. So we need to make sure that our product can be made. And of course, food safety is an issue. We have to think about getting it to the stores in good condition and making sure that it's something our customers want. So it ranges from not just tasting the product, but making sure that it gets to the stores in good condition and good quality.
All right. Now, I have a question here from Annika. She's asking, can you talk a little about where the products are made and how they are brought to the stores statewide?
Yeah, so we have a main commissary here on Oahu. They create their product they're making about 108 products for us every day. And they're under USDA strict inspection, making sure that the conditions are safe and good for production. And then right next door to that, we have a distribution center. So the product stays chilled, and the supply chain, it stays chilled and it gets into the trucks. Our distribution center goes to every store on Oahu 2 times every day for fresh food. And then we also ship out every night to the neighbor islands. We're air freighted to the neighbor islands. And one goal is to make sure that all the stores are available to have every product that we make so that the selection in the stores are consistent.
Oh, that's fascinating. I didn't realize you ship everything from Oahu out to the neighbor islands.
Yeah, we used to make product in every store, but it was a little inconsistent. Some had too much, some had too little. So we want to make sure that the environment we make it in is clean and safe and it's consistent. And so every store has the same products.
Oh, very, very interesting. Okay, here's another question. You previously mentioned that before 7-Eleven, you worked in the fashion industry. Um, I guess we want to know, what did you do in the fashion industry, and maybe some of the differences between the fashion industry and the 7-Eleven store industry or the convenience store industry?
Um, I worked at Liberty House and I was a buyer for women's apparel. So I used to travel to the mainland to look for fashion products to bring here that our local customers would want. but I'm just looking at what they offer and choosing what to bring here. But um, the C store is very small. It's a much smaller footprint, so we can't bring everything. So the selection process is much more difficult to make sure we have the right products, the brand name products, and the right products at the right price for our customers. And then, especially this food innovation is very different because I can't wait for people to just show me what they have. We have to create it. So we do all the research and product development, and we get to create it. It's like I can design my own food.
Gotcha, gotcha. Now, your job revolves around food all day long. But when you're not, eating or dining at 7-Eleven, what are you cooking at your own house at home?
Something easy, something quick. So my son loves loco moco, so I can do that at home. Um, I don't make spam musubi, I just buy it from our store. So mostly comfort food, local food, Asian influence, Hawaiian, Chinese, Korean, so like every home in our areas.
Gotcha, gotcha. Now, let me jump to the chat. If we have see if we have any other questions in the chat going on there. Anybody else want to ask anything else to Debbie? All right. Oh, we got a nice thank you for that one. Okay. Well, if there are no more questions, Debbie, um, you know, I guess we're getting to the close of our session. I can maybe take one more question if there's anything out there. No.
I
Okay.
encourage everybody to reach out to us to let me know what they would like to see in our stores. Um, as our customers, what would you like to see us carry? Just reach out to us. I like to hear from everybody, good or bad.
All right. Oh, I do have one comment. It says, for newer brands, how can we approve? I think part of that might have got cut off. For newer brands, how can we? Hey, Jean-Paul, how can we, for newer brands, how can we get approval to be in stores? How can people submit product to you? I think that's what
Yeah,
you
so just contact us online or call our office. It's on our website, and you'll be directed to the correct category manager. We want to look at everything. We don't say no until we've actually had a chance to look at it.
Okay. All right. John Paul says, we love your team.
Thank you.
All right. I have one last question, I guess, if there are no other questions. If you can disclose this. Now, you and I were talking earlier before we started the session, and there's apparently one of the 7-Elevens. Let's just say that you guys maybe experiment more than the others with one of them with new products and things of that nature. I mean, I personally found like you guys brought in like a Japanese, like I think coffee warmer, that I only saw in Japan once, and I said, "Wow, look, they have the coffee warmer here." Can you talk about that at all, or is that a secret? Or
No, it's not a secret. Our
okay,
office is on Nuuanu and School Street. So the store below us is our non-official test store. Um, we bother them every day. We're their customers as well. So anytime we want to test new equipment, um, we try to test it and see how it does. So this store might not have everything. Other stores might not have everything this store has, but we're just testing, and if it works, then it'll be expanded.
all right. So yeah, that is on New Uanuan School. So if you stop in there, you might see something new and innovative. All right. Now, mahalo, Debbie, for your time. Congratulations on all your success. And mahalo to our audience for joining us today. We hope you learned as much as I did. Join us for another Two Scoops next year in 2024. We'll have an announcement about the date and how you can get on. And until then, happy holidays. This is Ryan Kawamoto, your AAF Hawaii president, as your guest host today. And thank you guys very much for tuning in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.